Greetings and welcome in everybody. I hope you're all doing well and having a great day, night, weekday, weekend, whatever it might be when you catch this VOD. This is another direct recording straight to Streamlabs. It'll be going to YouTube for Jason Langley and NewDay Roleplay. This is not from a live Twitch stream, so as has happened in the case before, if I forget to comment much, if I'm not narrating things a whole lot, I do apologize and hope it's not too boring. But that does tend to happen when I do a straight recording. But Eve is in town, and I usually do get Jason into the server. The last few times, there hasn't been a whole lot to record or to post because it's mainly been him slash me taking him fishing. But now with Eve in town, well, they've got some catching up to do. So it looks like, I do believe, this one will be going to YouTube. So she'll be explaining, I think, why she came to town, why she tracked him down, stuff like that there. If anyone didn't catch it, on the previous YouTube that was from a Twitch stream, we do have new loading screens. Once again, I like the fact that NewDay updates them fairly often, every couple months or so. And someone who is in our government Discord server mentioned that she's looking for sapphire thirst traps for the next set, the one that's coming after this one. Darcy took a pretty cool picture of herself and Naomi yesterday in bunk outfits, basically sweaters and almost a jammy type look. But then Ash and Jason photobombed them for a second photo, so it'd be nice if one of the two of those go up. I don't care if it's the one with or without Jason. It'd just be nice to know that I was around for one of those photos again. Because I've made the loading screen thanks to Darcy. The last set of loading screens had Jason with Darcy when they were testing the gear from the fire engine that was new at the time the picture was taken. Jacob's awake. Naomi's awake. Violet's awake. Oh, Mr. Matori's around. I need to talk to a admin about that, about being a bad guy. Limitedly. So it looks like she is awake right now. Go figure. Now, if Evelyn hadn't come to town, Jason might have started possibly seeing if Lori was interested, maybe dating or something. Fuck bitches, get riches. Well then. AP actually has something open. He's known as one of the most dangerous guys in the city, according to Maxie. Cops are banned from Seoul. Don't come, don't chase. It's exactly what it looks like. Mm-hmm. Oh. Hey, Mac was open 10 hours ago. Know why I'm still scrolling. The tribunal will now decide your fate. Well, I'm glad I did keep scrolling for that. Those are for Eve. Huh. Put another cooler box in there.
I'll ride with you, but I want you to fly. That's why I've been flying a lot recently. I want to see how you fly.
Hello, Ember baby. How are you? Being a good girl. You being a good girl? You taking care of everybody who's here? Hope so. Okay. You be a good girl.
Since Dr. Z did his fixed up his injuries, do I put in the treatment notes Dr. Zelda worked on him? Because I
Yeah,
don't know
just
what else.
the
Okay.
doctors he worked on him. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hello, you okay over there?
Yep. I'm wondering if Lori's available.
Can't hear him. Hello.
Hello.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just looking for Lori.
I am Lori. Hello.
Yeah, I know. Jason. Been a while
Oh
since
my
we've seen each other.
goodness, you look
Yeah.
so different. You're wearing a suit.
Yeah, I'm wearing a suit, not on duty.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's not like I haven't done it before.
Wow.
I was doing so good too.
You like it?
Hi.
Hello. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really happy.
Yep.
I'm glad.
You didn't reply to my text message, did you? Or is my phone being weird?
Mine's been being weird lately quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. How are
Aw,
you?
thank you
Good
for
to
liking
see
my
you
notes.
again.
I didn't see, like I said, my phone's been acting up. I didn't see your. I saw you reply, we match up, but then I didn't see the second send.
Yeah.
Alright, that's done.
I hope the patient you just looked the notes on is okay.
Yeah, she's fine. She was being extremely flirty.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got 2 patients.
She was very nice. What happened? Oh, I was just reviewing. I saw that you were the last person that had treated her. So I was like, oh my goodness, coincidence. And then I just kind of looked over your notes and I was like, oh my god, I really like this.
Aw, thank you.
Rock, paper,
Of
scissors.
course. Are you going to go on duty today?
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
not today.
Oh, okay. What are you going to get going?
I got a friend who just moved here that I used to know some time ago, so gonna see if she gets up. Gonna still give her a few more pointers about the city.
Oh, nice. A nice little city tour. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to finally see you again.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah,
I appreciate you keeping in touch with the text, though.
absolutely. I appreciate it too. Sorry, I kind of like had a sad moment and just kind of
No, like I
dumped
said,
on you.
nah. I like helping people, so if you needed to, you needed to, and I'm glad you did.
Yeah. I was very close to like maybe
Who this?
throwing in the towel and giving up,
Garfield.
but I'm really glad that I did it.
Good. I'm glad you stuck with it, because look at this. Here you are. You made it.
I know. And now I'm gonna start working on my specialties. I'm very excited.
Okay. You think you'll be going for a doctor?
No. I don't want to have that much responsibility. I want to do radiology.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I want to
cool.
work in the lab too. I did a back scratch test today.
What's that?
It's when you test for allergies.
Okay.
So you just kind of make small little scratches, and then you put extract of different things like insects, foods
Right.
on the
See how they
skin.
respond.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's superficial. It won't cause anaphylaxis or anything like that.
Right.
hmm
Very cool.
Yeah. So I was excited to do that.
Yeah. I didn't know that you guys had specialties that you could go after as a nurse. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. I could even, if I wanted to, I could duo into psychology. Dr. Burke wants me to, but I'm not sure if I want to.
Okay. Is it something you thought of before?
No, it was never something that was on my mind. I think the main reason why he wants me to do it is because he thinks that my ideologies would be good for helping people who are in gang trauma or dealing with things like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, because, yeah, my ideals are very much. I don't believe that criminals can be reformed. Not every criminal has a luxury of being able to change because they were either born into it or there's something wrong with them chemically with some sort of psychosis and they're just completely unable.
Okay, I've heard the opinion, yeah, but I see that there's different viewpoints about that. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to like get into a serious topic.
No, no, it's something you're interested in, so I like hearing about it.
Yeah, of course.
And like I said, it's a unique viewpoint. You don't hear it a whole lot, but I have heard it before myself, and I'm one of those people who looks on both sides of the subject, so I can see merits for agreeing with it, for disagreeing with it. But it's, like I said, it's not as common a one, so it's interesting and neat to hear.
Yeah. I also kind of live by the rule of people should live by their own free will, and as long as you're not hurting anyone and you're making yourself happy, then there's no reason why anybody should stop you from doing what you like doing.
Yeah, that I agree with. It's like the main key is, definitely prefer people not to harm others, but yeah.
Yep, people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and you can't stop them.
Right. It's just it would be nice if some of those that do lean on that side weren't as violent as some of them become.
Yeah, but if they didn't, then we wouldn't be as busy at our jobs or as good at them.
Yep, I've gone over that many a time with several people about how it's like we have a unique profession where we actually don't want to be working,
Yep.
technically.
Technically, we don't want to, but we also kind of need to at the same time.
Exactly.
We are unfortunately necessary.
Hmm. It looks like someone just ran straight back to get seen by Dr. Ziegler. I don't know if you want to go check that out or
Um,
not.
I think I am going to. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No
I'll be
worries.
back.
No, yeah, no worries.
Thank you very much. You can. Yeah. Yo, Karashkov just saying he's posted up in Thames.
Man,
Oh, deer outfit.
That's a good thing. It's a
I don't see
style
that
thing.
every day.
yeah, it is a style thing, yeah.
Definitely not.
No, it's not.
Everything all right with the gentleman?
Yeah,
The
he said he
Tims.
would. He said that Dr. Z was already almost finished and that he would
It's like,
rather
you know,
They're
prefer
not
him
say,
work on
Tim's,
him.
they're
So
his.
Gotcha.
I decided to leave him
okay.
alone.
You know, it's
He
like
sounded a
when
little bit annoyed,
you
so
don't say
I'd
you're
rather
wearing
not
sneakers, you
annoy
say you're
him
wearing
further.
Vans or Converse.
How the fuck would you wear a van? You drive them, dumbass.
Just lay
Please
down
don't
in your
yell
bed
in the
and go back to
hospital.
sleep.
Thank you.
Alright, Spanish.
Pardon.
You're a criminal?
That's a wild question.
Hmm.
Oh, good. I mean, I'm kind of just in the way.
Nothing. What have you been up to?
Working mainly. You know,
You already met?
I fly back and forth from here to California a lot because I'm still trying to do some odd jobs related to stunts or bit acting. But then when I'm here, I largely focus on the stuff with Sappher.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I just recently, when I left for my trip, when I was on LOA, I went to California.
Oh, okay. Where about?
I went up into the Sierra Mountain Range.
Oh, nice.
A place called Mono Hot Springs.
Any went up there for camping?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep, I was gone for 2 weeks.
Have you been to California before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where were you from
I feel
originally?
like I feel like I lived there in another life.
Ah, gotcha.
Mm.
Yep, like I said, I go back all the time, and yeah, that's where I was born, raised, around the Hollywood area, LA.
Yeah. I was born in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like it up there. It's very pretty, though, the mountain range.
Oh, yeah, yeah. For as ugly as some of California cities can get, they're, no worries, they're, some of their parks and countryside and mountains can be very, very pretty.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. How often do you clock on?
I'm usually on mainly just 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, couple hours before the storm that's about to come up. Like somewhere around right now is when I usually clock on, and then around for about 2 hours after storm.
Okay.
So yeah, kind of a short little window, not very many days, but trying to get around when I can here and there more often.
That makes sense. Well, it also makes sense why we don't see each other. If Thursday's one of your days. Thursdays, I don't usually get out of my apartment. I usually stay in the apartment.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, no. We all definitely have to take time to let our minds rest from the city 100%. The city can be something else.
Yep, sometimes it can, that is for sure. I'm happy I got to see you, though. I'm really happy.
Yeah, same for you.
What's your friend's name, by the way?
Evelyn Pierce.
Evelyn Pierce. Okay.
There's possibly already a file on her. The first day here in the city when I was showing her around on Tuesday, she got hit by a car.
Oh, no.
Yo.
Evelyn Pierce. I wonder, why does that name sound familiar?
I've seen the name Pierce in the city before, and I think it's even starts with an E as a first name, but I think it's a guy. I'm pretty sure I've seen him on Yeeter here and there, but I don't remember his first name. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that it's the same initials, just hers is Evelyn, his is Eric, maybe? Said I know I've seen it on Yeeter.
Yep, just this Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. It's nothing too serious from what I remember.
No, it doesn't look like it was. Yeah, she's fine. It's interesting though. She has 2 profiles.
Yeah, that came up when I was nearby when they were trying to figure out which one to report to. When they entered her info for Sappher.
Yeah, did they get the correct CSN?
Yes, they did. The doctor who admitted her confirmed it to Sappher which one it was.
Nobody wrote down that it's the. Oh, yes, they did. Okay, they put it down in the wrong spot though.
Whoops.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna update it. I'm gonna put it in the right spot.
Okay.
Hmm. Easy fix.
I appreciate it.
Of course. She's a friend of yours. I want to help.
Appreciate that a lot.
How long have you guys known each other?
We met, oh geez, when was it? Roughly 10 years ago. We'd lost touch for some time, but that's when we first met. Roughly, God, it was maybe even 15 now, somewhere around that time. It's easy to lose track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's an old friend.
Mm-hmm. And
'Cause-
when you lose track of each other, that makes it more difficult sometimes.
Mhm. I'm glad you guys found each other again, though.
Yeah, she tracked me down. I think there's some stuff going on in her life, and hoping she's going to open up about it maybe today. She wasn't quite ready, since it was her just first day in the city, but that's part of what she originally said when she got in touch with me about some stuff was going on, and she remembered I was a good listener back in the day, so.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
So, see, I wasn't just spouting things when I talked about being willing to listen to you if you need to talk.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Did somebody leave the car?
More than likely. There was a guy who came in here earlier. We had an incident where he came in here and he was pretending to be a doctor. Trying to get some help.
I think I've seen something about that in incident reports before. Same guy or someone new?
I don't know. That's the first time it's ever happened when I'm here, so.
Okay. Because, yeah, I was advised to kind of keep track of incident reports, and since it's shared, we can see what happens here as well as you guys can see what happens to Sappher. So I remember reading about someone doing that before.
Interesting. I'm gonna need to try and figure out where that is. Because I don't think I know where to find that.
So, if you go to the government website,
Okay.
and then there's the general forums page, and if you scroll down to Hospital Sappher and DHACE, under report forums, sub-forums, you'll find shared incident reports.
Oh, perfect. Look at that being easy peasy.
Mm-hmm. Like the topmost one should be Phoenix Haze or security breach.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the same person or not. It doesn't look like them.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm not sure if it's the same person or not. It doesn't look like them.
Yeah, no idea. Like I said, I just know I've seen a report about someone doing just that sort of thing before.
PD to Saffir on shared.
Center of Fire and Rescue.
We need a bus if available at Sandy Airfield for one injured MVA motorcycle.
I always think all that stuff is very interesting.
Pardon?
I think that stuff is very
I sent a
interesting.
ping. We're on
Oh,
Tech
the
1 if you need
reports.
to contact us directly.
Yeah.
Carrying 4, we'll have a unit en route.
Yeah, like I said, I was advised to keep an eye on them myself by one of my superiors, so I do all the time. So I'm also partly nosy, so yeah, when I do see ones there for pillbox, I check those out as well as the one for Saffir. I mean, I get it from one of my superiors. You could say, you met Darcy yet in Saffir?
Darcy what?
Darcy Reed, Lieutenant Darcy Reed.
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, well, yeah, she's one of our lieutenants, one of our higher ups, and there was something that happened yesterday that the cops had to close down an area by the freeway, and someone posted a picture on Yeeter, and they were there for some time, and we were thinking we were going to get a call, and for the longest time we didn't, but then right as they were clearing the scene, we finally get that call. And one of our medics goes, all right, I'm going to respond to that. And Darcy immediately goes, Command 1's joining on that because I'm nosy.
Wow. Were you a part of the incident a while back? Or maybe it was last week when there was that big thing going on in Polito with the hazmats?
No, but again, I saw the incident report on that one. I think that
Yeah.
one's right there too. Thomas was there. Thomas is one of my seniors in the fire department side.
Okay. I tried to assist with that, but then one of the doctors that was on duty, when I asked him if he needed any help, he just kind of was extremely rude and was like, "I'm busy," and so I was like, "Well, then I'm not going to help you," and I just decided to leave.
Sheesh. Wow. Are very many of your doctors rude like that?
No. And this is a doctor that I have never met before either, so I was kind of, I don't know. I was just like, well, okay, you do you, and I'm gonna go back to doing me.
Sorry it was like that.
Well, it's fine. I wasn't expecting it. I understand being under a lot of stress in a big situation like that, but I literally called, said that, hi, I'm a nurse. I'm available. Do you need some help? And all he said was, not now. I'm busy. And then just hung up the phone. So I was like, well, okay then.
All right.
Yep.
Well, if he's like that all the time, hopefully you don't work with him too much.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Well, we have had some interesting patients today. Got to do a scratch test. And somebody who was on PD hold woke up, so we had to call the police down here so that way we could check on him. Yeah. There's a couple other things. One of them I wasn't there for, and then the other one was the one where the doctor came in and tried to steal away our patient.
Sheesh.
Well, fake doctor, I should say.
Right.
So, it's been fun.
That's the important thing.
I think the major thing that I'm the most happy about is not having to wear the red scarves anymore.
Oh, right. That's your indicator that you're what we would call a probie.
Yeah. Yep. That's my trainee color. I don't think I look very good in red, I'll be honest.
Thought you did when I met you.
Well, thank you. I don't know. I think some red is okay, but all red is not okay.
Yeah, some colors do need to be broken up, as I say, wearing all black.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, see, all black is nice. It's clean. But I think that maybe it just depends on the color of red.
Yeah.
Because I like the way the Sapphire uniforms look, but you guys also break it up by wearing black pants.
Right, we break up with black pants, and then also even some, we've got some variation in our tops where we've got, like, if you haven't seen it, one almost like sweater type jacket that's actually primarily black with red trim. So that changes it up to a degree. And then most of our tops, the nicer clean cut shirt ones are red with black as well.
Yeah.
And then when I focus the fireside and on engine, I usually wear the yellow pants that you usually see most firemen wear. But then if it's not an official fire call, I'll usually have just a red t-shirt.
I met somebody who's operating the fire truck one day, and the nozzle, the water cannon, I don't know what you guys call it.
Water cannon.
Oh, okay, there you go. Hey, I got something right.
Yeah, technically we can all do fire-related stuff once we have our fire cert, but we do have an official fire department section, and we've got priority on those calls if they come up. But technically, yeah, everyone's cross-trained once you have your fire cert.
Do you have yours yet?
No, yeah, like I said, I'm in the fire department side, so.
It's funny.
I hate you.
I said everyone is. I didn't say
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, everybody's fine. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Eric.
No,
Oh,
I
it
would have
was
said it's
Thomas.
so chill.
Yeah, I thought so. I was going to ask if he was blonde.
I know better.
I couldn't tell. He was wearing the hard hat. I couldn't tell if he was blonde because he was wearing the hard hat.
This time of day, it's
gotcha.
like this.
Well, if he was very English and somewhat hyper, it was Thomas.
All the NCIs happen at like 8, 9 p.m.
Yeah, I'm not usually in the city then.
Oh, Pop.
I don't know if he was hyper.
I'm usually around. They'll
He did
pop up
talk in
when we get the
circles.
pager.
He's usually pretty focused on a call, but yeah, he can be hyper sometimes at the station. We actually refer to him as our
We had one
human
last
golden
night. It was only
retriever.
me and Kylie.
Yeah, that was for the 9+, right?
Yep.
Filled up the top and the bottom, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Good thing Dr. Z is amazing and can be at all places at all times.
Yep. Hell, I only managed to treat one of them, and Dr. Z was the rest.
I'm sorry if I'm quiet. My brother is texting me and he's having an internal dilemma.
No worries. I hope things work out for him.
Well, he's kind of always having internal dilemmas.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He takes things to heart sometimes, and then, well, he doesn't like disappointing people.
Yeah, I get
So-
that.
He has a hard time just taking care of himself, so I have to yell at him quite frequently.
Yeah, I've got a few friends that are kind of similar. Yep.
Yeah. He's a state representative, and
wow.
he wants to. I guess there's a state rep meeting later today, and he's really, really tired right now, but he wants to be there for the meeting, because he, I guess he wants to speak for Sapphire about something.
Oh, does he now? Interesting.
Yeah, he wants to be the voice for you guys. I don't know what happened.
What's your brother's name?
Tommy Merlin.
Tommy Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I've met him.
He's always wearing a black cowboy hat.
Okay. Does he do anything else other than state rep?
Several things. He works at Paw and Order. He also works at Lazy Daisy. A place called Blast Bites. I don't know. I don't know what else. I can't remember. He has several jobs.
Okay.
But he mostly does the state legislator things.
Okay. Well.
But all he said was, I kind of want to go to bed, but at this point, if I do, I might miss the state rep meeting, and I need to be there for this one to speak for Sapphire. And I asked him what time is the meeting, and he said 8.
Hey, I'm just trying to get hold of a report that I had a what do you call them? They had a review of me, see if I was okay to go back to.
I'm going to tell him that he has more than enough time
transferring,
to get a good nap in, and
they need one.
and
And I
still
just wondered
be
if
there
there
for
was
the
a
meeting as long as he
letter
sets it on.
ready or not.
Yeah, I would suggest that he should at least take a nap.
Who did you speak to about that? That was Jillian, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah. I think you were there.
Yeah, but she did the full assessment, so you would have to come and ask her. I don't know what's going on with that myself, so but unfortunately she's not
I don't know.
on duty at the
See
moment.
it myself.
Do you know when she will be?
If she is going to be in today, it's probably going to be after the storm at some point. I can't say exactly for sure when, unfortunately.
Okay.
But it's probably sometime after the storm.
Okay. Would it be okay if I emailed her? Or is it best just to come back?
It's probably best to come back.
Okay. And what's her name? Sorry.
Jillian Wicks.
Jillian Wicks.
Dr.
Okay.
Jillian Wicks.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Better head out. Well, have a good one.
Yeah,
Take care.
you too. Yeah, you too.
Hey, Abby, how are you?
Oh, hello. How are you?
Doing all right. You were speaking a little.
I thought you'd be working.
I usually don't on Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but random explosion. Nice.
Yeah, that family's not gonna go to Disneyland. Yep.
I just wanted to say that you're speaking a little bit loud, so I'm sorry that you must have got hurt again, but it's good to see you actually off duty.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I've been forced to get off duty at some points, and I've been told that I don't look after myself. So it is what it is.
What, was it an injury this time or not?
Oh, a couple of weeks ago, I kind of went into a tree. Well, actually got ejector seated into a fence.
Oof.
Yeah.
Were you wearing your seatbelt?
Yes. I can't remember.
Okay. At least you're being honest that you can't remember, because I know a lot of the officers don't. So yeah.
I
try to watch that.
I do, but I
Fine.
think I was
Will
like
do.
distracted.
Appreciate it. Thanks so
I was
much.
like mid-call.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
go on.
Gotcha. Well, I won't hold you up anymore, but I just wanted to say hi since I saw you there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Yeah,
Hi.
good to see you. You take care and be safe.
Yeah,
Do
you
take
too.
care of yourself.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.
Boo.
Oh, what's up?
How you doing?
Oh, not much. I'm bringing a lady with a broken foot in.
Ish. But another air call for it, huh?
Well, I probably could have drove up there. It was only in Sandy, but fuck it. Fuck it. I did it anyway. What you doing around here?
Came to talk to Lori a little bit, and was waiting to see if my friend that you met on Tuesday is awake, and she is. So I think I'll go check up on her now. So you say hi to Naomi for me.
She just went 42, but I'll say hi whenever she comes back around.
Okay.
For the briefing. I gotta figure out where brief.
It should be Triple SO today.
Yeah, but where was briefing last night?
Yesterday was Triple SO. I think it's Thursday, Friday is Triple
Yeah,
SO.
yeah. Last night they didn't hold it at Triple SO. They held it at VPD.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Yeah, me and the probie went up to Sandy Medical to go to the Triple SO briefing, and they weren't even there. They were all the way down here at VPD.
Okay, that I didn't know about. All right.
Yeah, the schedule still states Triple SO, but like
maybe something happened.
Did they change something, and we just want to wear?
Yeah, probably something they announced all cops and didn't think to tell the other departments. Naturally.
Yeah, imagine.
All right, I gotta get going. You have a
Yep,
good one.
I'm about to head back and get ready to go up to Triple SO.
Okay.
All right, you take it easy, man.
You too.
Oh, fun.
Was nice. Yeah, Jason definitely is interested in Lori, but now Eve's here, and they did date. Don't know if that's going to go anywhere. Me and Arsenic haven't planned it. We just decided about them having a background of having dated. But there's obviously an attraction there, since, again, dating. You know, you don't date people you're not attracted to.
PD and Rangers. Rangers. That it for Rangers, right? Hey, just let you know, we're in a pursuit in Cassia Trail. We're sufficient on tech to let you know.
Hey.
Oh.
How goes it?
Go for DOP.
Got one at
Oh, it's going pretty well.
if you're available.
How are you?
We'll have someone on the way then.
Thank you.
Doing all right. Doing all right.
41 back on comms attaching back.
It's nice today. I just flew in a few days ago. I felt like the air pressure from the flying messed with my hearing, so I had to wait for my ears to pop.
I am very familiar with that. I had a call I was on in the fire engine the other day, and halfway there my ears popped, and I couldn't unpop them no matter what I did.
Now I can hear and see so clearly. It's
Makes the city feel more welcoming, doesn't it?
yes it does.
Well, I know you're going to want to get out and meet people. However, things can take some adjusting to and take some time before things can get settled. So, just to make sure you're taken care of for at least a little bit. Got you a few meals and a few drinks.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
You could put them in the cooler that you gave me.
Yes, I was just gonna remind you about that. Yeah, and if you keep a good eye on those, you can actually see, if they're still good to eat. Take a close look at them. So you can get sustenance out of expired food, but it's gonna make you feel a little bit sick.
Well, hopefully water doesn't go bad. That'd be really weird.
No, water's always good, but pretty much any of the other foods, yeah, they will over time expire. But like I mentioned, the cooler will help keep them good for a while longer.
Yeah, I think the coffee and the ice cream we got the other day is still good.
Oh, it should be. Yeah, most stuff lasts a decent amount of time. Some stuff prepped better lasts longer than other things. Like some things just go bad really quick. Like if you noticed in the fire department, we actually have water coolers, not just the vending machines, but water coolers, and the paper cups that they dispense into dissolve like really quick. So those you actually, even though it is water, it's because the paper cups, they just dissolve like crazy, so you gotta drink that like right away. Do you want to go any place specific or do anything, or do you just want to drive around and do you only want to talk about why you got back in touch with me?
Like, we can drive around. I don't mind, talking to you about things. I just know it's raining right now, so, that's big fun.
I mean, storm's coming through in about 35 minutes anyways, and then the big storm hits the top of the hour, so yeah, getting a little early rain this time.
It's just showing us, fall is coming.
Pretty much.
Oh man, I'm not ready for winter. The snow is always a pain.
I don't know. We get enough snow here that we can have snowball fights.
I mean, yeah, you can have snowball fights and hang out in the snow. But it's like snow and ice happens and everybody just forgets how to drive cautiously.
Yeah, well, we're both from California, so we're used to that anyways, right?
Oh, yeah. Although, a lot of my friends from the time calls me the traveler, because I really don't have a home, because my dad and I we flew around a lot for his job.
Right.
That's why most people don't understand that I graduated high school way earlier than everybody else, because I was homeschooled. Like, what? How did you graduate college when you were only 22? Start going to college when I was 17.
Which isn't that early, but yeah.
Oh, but most people are like, 17, I'm trying to figure out how to deal with my first pimple. Shit.
What are you doing, Mr. Local?
I'm over here trying to figure out how to cram a college exam in while I'm in Venezuela. I meant to get up and around, but that jet lag killed me yesterday.
No, it's understandable. It happens. That's why I didn't, press or bother you much, but I just at least you did get the text I did give you, right?
Yes, I did. It was a lot of information.
Yeah, well, just came to mind a few things that I didn't cover, so I wanted to, and then that job offer from Chris came out of the blue, so thought I'd pass it along.
Yeah, I also spent yesterday on the phone with the airport, because they told me they lost my luggage, so this is all the clothes I have.
Well, like I said, storm's rolling through in about 40 minutes, but we got some time. You want to go to a store and get yourself an outfit or two?
I mean, that'd probably be nice, because I think the lady last night at the motel looked at me a little weird. Yeah, I went down to the laundromat because they thankfully have a in-house laundromat. You can go just downstairs, going through the lobby, down this hall, and there's this laundromat, right? Well, I smelled a little weird, and I was like, I don't like this. So I was like, let's go do some laundry. But I was like, man, the only pants I have are my jeans. So I'm hiding just in my drawers, and this older lady comes in, and she's old because she's wearing her nightgown, and she has these curlers in with a shower cap on. It's a shower cap clearly, but but she's just staring at me all weird, like, wait, don't go and look at me right now. I'm pantsless, I know, okay, but. Hey. I don't have any luggage. I just moved here.
But if anyone makes pants look good, it's you.
Yeah, doing all those workouts actually did help. Although it doesn't help I have all the tattoos, so people think I'm a thug or something. At least the older people. You look like a security guard.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna, or John Wick.
I just kind of get this mix of very casual and very dressed up. So you remember me back in the day. I was never very good at fashion anyways, so yeah.
I mean, me neither. I still wear the same stuff. Red plaid, jeans, tennis shoes, and a hat.
I mean, that's the thing, you know, some of my outfits, I've got like 5 of the same thing because they wear suits from extra work on sets.
I mean, I was raised by a single dad. He knew nothing of girl fashion. He was like, yeah, this works, kiddo.
My 176, latest 47.
120.
Keep forgetting what I was going to check.
I'm so proud of myself right now.
Why is that?
I'm figuring out stuff on my own. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't look, don't look, don't look!
I was glancing to the side.
Okay, alright. I wasn't expecting them to just strip me naked right now, okay?
Echo 9 and Echo 1 are going to be attaching Med 2, 76 and late 911.
Hey, sometimes the people at the clothing shop do what they gotta do.
Listen, I don't gotta show off my goodies to the world, though.
I mean, I was already thinking of saying, I remember why I asked you out now the first time. You're still as hot as you were then.
I know, I age like fine wine, you know, the older I get. The wrinkles just add class. We're not even gonna talk about me discovering my first white hair a couple months back. It was very traumatic, Jason. Very traumatic.
Time rescue, just make sure you are on the way to there. And once.
I got like 2 tubs of ice cream, watched The Notebook. No, I'm kidding.
Well, personally, I do think you still look very, very hot.
I try. Do I succeed sometimes?
Pardon?
So do I succeed sometimes? Sometimes I do. Other times, it's questionable.
I mean, you make casual look good too, so.
I do.
And there's the confidence I liked too.
Like, have you met this chick named Evelyn? Yeah, she's badass. Of course she is, because she's me.
Med 2, 23.
Now, speaking of figuring things out, you know how to get them to set those aside for you to have them on your rack, right?
Yeah, I figured it out.
Okay. If you do have any questions, hit me up. I did like the mesh top. You're sticking with that one as one of your outfits?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like you like the mesh top, too.
I do like it. Should we go with, I think we're gonna stick with the demi jeans, you know. Or should we just go all black, emo? She was a scare boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
I mean, I'm doing the all black thing, but you don't have to. That said, I do need to get myself some new outfits at some point, but I'm too lazy to do it right now. I may walk into your mirror, but I want to check something here.
I mean, you walked out of my mirror now because I was getting a full look at your ass.
Ah.
It was good. It's pretty nice looking ass.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I mean, there had to be some reason why you said yes when I asked you out, right?
Oh, now I'm back to looking at your ass.
I see you didn't ask me to move, though.
I didn't. I wasn't lying. Okay, we're gonna go one more, and then we're gonna... Because I'll be here all fucking day.
That's another reason why I don't get myself many outfits, yeah.
Because I'm like, oh wow, you know, I'm doing so well right now picking up my outfits. Like, let's keep this running. Because usually, I suck. That's how they get me.
Three Pluto back. Mud 1 back, 10-8.
PD to Department of Corrections on Shared.
So for DOC?
I have one individual looking to serve 105 months at Sandy Shore Sheriff's Office if you're available for transport.
105?
10-4, I'll make my way there.
Oh, Jason, they have a sweater with dinosaurs.
Yep.
Oh, I'm tempted.
Do it if you gotta.
You guys understand. I'm web tall. And then I'm gonna feel old because people are gonna be like, who's that? Who's web tall? Get out. Go away. Get out of my face. Because I'm gonna have to explain it to you, and I'm gonna feel old as fuck for explaining it to you. Get out. Just get out of here. Go away. Okay. I got this.
She get distracted when she got to that.
Tragic. I can't get the sweater without holes.
Yeah, sometimes it's very difficult to find the proper match for certain items of clothing.
But it's okay. You know, it just wasn't meant to be. I was so excited about the sweater, and I don't know what to put on. Now I don't know.
since you're fashioning, just so you know, we got about 10 minutes to the storm to roll through.
Perfect. That gives me some time to figure out the holes for this shirt.
You're really trying to
I'm
get that
trying.
one to fit. Yep. Good luck.
PD DOC.
Go for DOC.
I've got one at Triple S office 60 months if you're able to take them.
Any chance you could just let the lower guard take him?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do it now.
Appreciate it.
Nope, you find it. Nah, yeah, I saw small holes in the back.
No.
Yep.
I tried so hard to get so far.
But in the end,
It feels right now.
no.
Oh yeah, I had faith in this one. The other, not so much, barely.
minutes.
I think we're good on this one.
For someone who wasn't brought up as much as a girly girl, I like the fact that you found an appreciation for makeup, for jewelry and makeup.
I sure tried.
I mean, I saw when you had the glasses off earlier. Yeah, you learned the makeup quite well.
Yep. This is a drip.
It's mesh is good on you.
Now people will stop looking at me weird. Like, yes, I do now own more clothing. Thank you.
I mean, they'll still be looking at you.
That's fine.
Get you back to your hotel just in case. Were you planning on getting up for a little bit after the storm?
What was that?
I'm getting you back to your hotel just in case. Were you planning on getting up after the storm?
Oh, yeah.
I can't stay up too long after storm, but I can for a little bit.
You said you'll be back after a little bit?
No, I said I can stay up for a little bit after storm. Not a whole lot, but a little bit.
Okay. Well, now we got the biggest obstacle out the way. And it was my smelly clothes. After storm, I can give you the rundown of why. I wouldn't really say run away.
Well, I was going back over the text you sent. Yeah, you did say that there were definitely things bothering you there.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot. But it's okay. Oh. Listen, I know I walk slow, okay?
Hey. I just kind of like doing this, so you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
Thank you.
I'm probably just gonna stand out here on this lovely railing and
Yep, same.
wait for the storm to pass.
Exactly. Exact same.
Yep. And now we wait.
I don't remember. It's been so long. Did you smoke back when we first met?
No.
Pick that up from the cop thing.
No, I'm not smoking.
Huh?
So I'm not smoking. What are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
I'm just standing here. What is it? Does it look weird to you? I was just standing there.
I saw a cigarette.
Oh. Well, I think you might be seeing things, Jason.
Ah, okay.
I smoke weed and weed only.
Ah,
That's never changed.
Alright. I'm closing my eyes now. Because sometimes if the storm hits fully and if I haven't already closed my eyes, it causes a headache.
No, that's fair. It's probably better than staring at this bright lightning.
Alright. See you in a few.
See you in a few.
We are taking a quick break. Gonna leave the recording going while I get set back up. And we'll get back into the server and Eve will tell us about what's going on. So yeah. Be back shortly. All right, we back. And as you can see, if you're Celeste or Mr. Worst, I haven't gotten the link set yet to open it in pure mode, so hopefully I will get that at some point. Boo.
Hello.
Hey. While I'm thinking about it, one other thing. Unfortunately, accidents are a thing, as we found out on your first day here.
Oh yeah, the accidents, yeah. I mean, you should know this by now. I'm pretty prone to accidents, Jason.
I'm allowed to give out 5 a day as a member of SAFR. Would you like just regular plain old bandages? Or we got frogs. We got canines. We got space.
Oh yeah, I have space bandages because that nice lady gave me bandages because I told her I was going to be a regular and get a room ready for me.
Well, I can expand it with the things I've just mentioned, or we got flowers, and last but not least, dino bandages.
Man, see, because I like dinos and space.
Well, you already have space, right? You just said that?
Yeah, so, dino? I mean, I did try to get the Reptar, you know?
Yep, there you go.
I got Reptar.
Now, do you feel better talking inside?
Doesn't really matter where we talk to me, honestly. It's up to you. You want to go inside? You want to You want to do a drive?
Yeah. Just think for potential privacy. Let's go inside.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna lock the door. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. And don't laugh at me, okay?
I was just thinking about rookie checking you.
No, it's not like that. It's more so, I stepped outside for some fresh air last night. And I was sitting along the bar, and I was like, yeah, take it fresh air. And then I turned around, and I was like, okay, I locked my door. I don't know why I locked my door, but I locked my door, and I went to go and unlock it, and I left my keys inside.
So you don't have any keys to it at all right now?
Oh, no, I do.
Okay.
The front office laughed at me very, very much.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
Yeah. You can come in.
Okay.
I just want to give you a laugh because I thought it was fun.
I mean, yeah.
It was great. What you looking for?
Checking something.
Oh, you know what? I was just thinking, I was like, wow, I'm a little thirsty. It's crazy. And I'm like, hey, you got all this. lovely dreams.
Where would you be comfy?
I wish we had a couch, but we could be in these Dr. Phil chairs. I feel like there should be a camera and like a director, and we're about to be filming like some Dr. Phil.
Well, if that's with the dual chairs is too psychology-geeky for you.
Yeah.
I can just chill right here.
You saying my chairs are too good for you? Is that
No,
it?
I just thought you might feel more comfortable this way.
Alright, okay. If I get on the ground, my knees will make it very difficult for me to get back up.
I mean, I'm older than you, but man, working for Saffer, constantly.
Well, yeah, but you also,
this is the medic position. We squat all day, but I guess that's why you're looking at that ass earlier.
Well, also you were a stunt guy, so
Right.
that
I've
on your
always
joints
been
is
fit.
awful.
I've always been fit.
Running from the cops was not kind to my joints.
I mean, that's the thing. Even though I'm older than you, and I did a lot of that stunt work, it's also about conditioning your body and stretching and staying limber and doing the things to.
And eating your vegetables.
No, pretty much that's it. Take care of the body and it'll take care of you. Get
Oh, yeah.
more life out of it.
I had to explain it multiple times to some people about the need for like broccoli and spinach and even peas in your life.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, why? I was like, well, I was like, one, broccoli helps with your elasticity in your skin. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, so it helps you decrease the chances of you getting wrinkles by the time you're in your fucking 30s. And, like, spinach is good to keeping up for your iron levels. Because just eating red meat and beans is not good for you, you damn heathens. And peas just because they're fucking delicious and eat them. Stop asking me so many damn questions. Eat your vegetables. But I always try to stay pretty healthy. But, as we get older, we just can't do some of the things that we did in our teens.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with that. Just no more crazy drops and rolls, Unless I want to throw my hip out.
Yeah, I guess I've just been lucky. I can still do that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I can too, but man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 movie, okay? When he hurts his back after he does that job, that's me sometimes, Like, I'm still running, but I'm like, oh, fuck, my back. But no, wow, okay. So, last time you heard from me, I told you, I was gonna go finish up my degree for law. Well, let me tell you, that went not to plan. So the plan was go to college and keep my nose clean. My dad was already pissed that I already had a record. But kind of got into contact with some old people I probably shouldn't have. And my dad thankfully doesn't have the clearance to look at that but let's just say I got in a lot of trouble, and based on the people that I knew, I was able to cut a deal with the feds.
Okay.
So I was able to get out a lot of the trouble. Like, I still had to serve some time, and I'm currently not able to, by the Italian PD, not allowed to go in Italy and France and I believe Iceland. I can't go to Iceland. I don't know fully why, but they're also like, fuck you too, Evelyn. Like, I'm restricted, but it's not forever. I think in the next couple of years it will be up. I think it's by the time I'm 30, I can go back. I'm turning 28 this year. So I still got 2 years.
Okay.
Any other details into that I can't let you know about, because even though you might not think it, I know it. They were still watching me to this day.
Understandable. I get you.
And it's classified, so. But when I did get out of that, I did go to college. They totally didn't force me to go to college or anything. I went willingly. Yeah.
Absolutely
I turned
voluntary.
Yeah, I became a good noodle of my own free will. Yeah. But no, I did, and kind of just stuck to my own thing. I stopped really traveling with my dad. He still was doing his international and even sometimes local investigations with his own department of little detectives that he had found. But me, I don't know, I just started trying to find my own life. I moved to a place of my own and met some really, really cool people. Oh, I went to this place, and it was, it wasn't a really big city. It was kind of nothing like New York or anything crazy like that, or here. Oh my god, it's just so big here. But I met a group of these people, and they were really nice people. They kept my nose clean. You probably will never meet them because, well, I lost contact with one. She kind of just disappeared to live her own happily ever after, which the shit we went through, I don't blame her. And her ex-husband that was a friend of mine and like a brother to me, he passed away. So, yeah, I mean, this is what happens, It was a plane crash. He was flying back from Canada, and something happened with the turbulence, and the engines went out. I honestly think that whoever was checking to make sure that plane was in, tip-top shape for flying didn't really check everything, because it sounded like there was just something faulty in the engines.
So sorry.
I kind of lost contact with them after, so I ran with this MC group. I know, and then they helped me keep my nose clean. It's crazy. I know.
Hey,
But
every MC's different.
yeah, they were really nice bunch of boys, and that's where I met these people from. One of them was the person I was talking about to her. It says, I don't know where she is. Her name was Cece, and I met her and this other lovely lady named Jordan, and they introduced me to this MC. We don't really talk about Cece's husband much, because while he's a great guy, it's complicated. But Cece and Jordan introduced me to these people, and I met a few really big in industries of music and crime and everywhere. My potentials were open, and I had met this guy. His name was Kai, and Kai Watson was his full name. He was super sweet, kind of a flirty guy. Like, he would just flirt with everybody, but it was different between him and I at first. Like, we could just talk for hours on hours at a time, and we had a lot of early bumps in our relationship. When he moved, I moved with him. I kind of just like disappeared one day from everybody. I didn't really mean to, but it just happened. I just didn't have much of anything that I wanted to do anymore. I conveniently somehow owned a dispensary and sold weed legally. It was crazy.
We have a couple of those here, just if you want, FYI.
Listen, if I could play jazz, I'm good. Let's go. Because that was always what I used to play in my dispensary that I owned. Was jazz music. Like, you came in and it was soothing, chill jazz and weed. That's what you got.
Awesome.
But at some point, I got bored, and Kai just, I don't know, made me feel adventurous. So I just decided to leave and start a new life. And man, Jason, did feel like that was the start of my bad decisions.
Sorry to hear that.
I mean, it was good at the start. I moved to the city. I got introduced to a lot of people. Because, Kai and I, we just went out to go and meet anybody and everybody. I did get back into the life of crime with him. We got into a lot of trouble. And even after we stopped doing stuff together, I caused a lot of trouble. Did I get caught? No. No, I did not.
You're always smart.
Yeah, and very resourceful. And while he liked to think he was a good driver, I get it. Yeah. That's why my hair's so short. I'm currently kind of growing it out, it was way shorter. Like, not like short like your hair, but probably a little bit longer, and not as stylish.
Yeah.
I kind of did a short, shaggy look. It was a phase.
Okay.
Kind of like, though, our bumps and bruises that we went through, decided to get married. That's right. I got married, Jason.
Hey, it happens.
A lot of my friends over there told me not to, because Kai was still being a flirtatious person, and I knew he was just kidding, but it made other people uncomfortable. So we did, and it was pretty great at the start. Like, I didn't have any complaints. I felt like I was the number one chick in the whole world, you know?
Right. That's how a guy's supposed to make someone he loves feel.
Yeah. But then this flirting with other chicks got a little too serious. And I wanted to stop doing crime. Well, first I got bored, to be fair. You know, at some point, you know, it's like, wow, I just robbed this bank and I got away from the cops in less than 10 minutes. Like, that's it. So I had a thought process of, like, how hard could it be? You know, like, if it took me 10 minutes, like, is it that hard? Because everybody else I heard, because I was affiliated with a lot of gangs. I knew a lot of people's secrets that I probably shouldn't have. And I could have caused the downfall of some pretty major groups. Even though I was never officially a member of a gang.
Right. Like I said, you're intelligent.
Yeah, and people just trust me way too easily. They're like, oh, hey, Evelyn, you want to hear about where we stash all of our goodies? And you want to know where we hide up our illegal guns in our warehouses? And yeah, by the way, they're not under our names, so the cops can never raid it. Yeah, you know, they told me about all their loopholes and shit. And I was like, I'm not part of your gang, bro. Like, why are you telling me this?
Yep, some people are just dumb.
Yeah, they're dumb. So that's why I was like, how hard can it be? Because everybody that I talk to would be like, man, I always get caught and like, I don't understand. So I'm in my bank account's in the negative because I have to keep paying fines and shit. And I'm like, can't relate. I'm sitting over here with way too much money. So I told Kai that I was going to come clean, get an expungement, and become a cop. Because while I did a lot of these crimes, Jason, there's only 2 things on my record. Yeah, that's right. And I was doing this criminal stuff for a couple of years.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I never got raided, nothing. I don't even think any of my cars got impounded.
Yeah.
So I was like, it wouldn't be that bad. It was still expensive, but it wasn't that bad to get my expungement. And Kai seemed supportive, but he became very distant. And we barely had talked. Like, I didn't see him at home for like weeks because he was starting up this house flipping business where he would buy properties that would run down and he would renovate them and resell them.
Right.
Because he did the exact same thing with cars. Usually he would ask me to help with the engines, but it was beside the point. So I was pretty used to him if he stayed over at one of his projects. Because usually he had to be up pretty early for plumbers, electricians to come out, do inspections and shit. It was tedious as fuck. But, so I didn't really think anything about it, but then I kept hearing from people that he wasn't doing that as with other people.
Right. The flirting stuff.
So I decided to have a talk with him. And it basically felt like after I had a serious talk with him, he decided to put me on a shelf. And whenever he felt like he was bored with all of his other girlfriends,
wow,
he would make time for his wife. So I said, fuck this, and one of my good friends, conveniently, was a lawyer. And I told her that I needed her to represent me and get divorce paperwork started. Because I couldn't do it anymore, you know?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And when I finally got my expungement, I had to wait a little bit. And I wanted to talk to Kai, but it took me 3 months to actually get him to come around. Yeah, it was to make some time for us to have a discussion. And he took me to work after, because I got my expungement, and it took me 2 interviews, and I told you about the interview.
Right. Pickles.
Yeah, Pickles. I swear, I became a cop for Pickles. But, he drove me to the boot camp training. And basically, we at the same time said we wanted a divorce. So, through my first part of my career as a cop, I was hashing it out lawyer with lawyer and a judge for this divorce. But then I finally, I got it. I got my name back, changed back to Pierce, and went on my jolly way of becoming a cop. And I was pretty fuck good at it. I did have some complications, but with my command, it definitely was not like how my dad talked about when he was, just a little baby cop before he became a detective. It always sounded way better, and then reality hits and it was not.
Well,
like I made friends, but
I'm sure each department is different too.
Yeah, my command was not the best. But I was living my life, and I was kind of disappointed and stuff because with Kai, we had adopted this teenager. She was parentless, had nowhere to go, and Kai and I decided to say fuck it, and we adopted her as our own. Oh, wow. So I became a mother in a way. That was after the divorce and stuff. I barely heard from my daughter. So I was really in the dumps. and I met a really, really good friend. And he eventually became my boyfriend. And we were both cops too, but he was a detective. And he, like a couple months into our relationship, he got told about a cold case that he had that recently got some new activity. Because there was a murder, and one of the detectives who responded to this murder was a probie at the time and remembered Brian was his name. Remembered Brian working on something like this like a couple of years back. So he called up Brian and said, "Hey, I think I might have a lead on a case for you." And it opened a lot of doors. He was after the serial killer, and when I tell you she was crazy, Jason. She killed somebody with the fucking forklift.
Okay.
Like, ran them in multiple times with the prongs of the forklift.
Oof.
Yeah. She was brutal. And she, at one point in her solitary confinement cell, because she was max security, we couldn't let her around other inmates. She would try to torture them too. She just had no remorse for human life. She had physically harmed herself enough to where she started bleeding and wrote a list of names on a wall. And Brian's name was at the top. And when she was asked about what these names were, she laughed like a maniac to the correction officers and told them in this disturbing voice that it was a list of people she's going to kill. And nobody believed her because she was in max security. How is she going to get out, you know? But she did. She got out. She kidnapped Brian, tortured him, and nearly killed him. I was in ICU with him for weeks, just hoping he would wake up. He finally did, and the journey for recovery was hard. It was really hard on me. When you become a cop, no one tells you, what all you're gonna have to deal with. I mean, to be fair, what sane person would think about dealing with somebody like that?
Right.
At most, I was like, oh, I probably would get shot at a few times, but I didn't know that there was going to be someone that crazy out there.
We hear about those sort of stories all the time, but it's few and far between, so it's hard to expect that you would come across it yourself.
Yeah, my dad's dealt with some pretty horror story worth of cases. But even when I told him about her, he was like, even his face was just like he couldn't believe what he was hearing. But after Brian was able to get back on duty, everything seemed fine. And while still recovering, a friend of ours, I remember that day, I had just, every day I woke up and I went on a jog before going to work. And I went in, and that day, somebody in the department had got everybody, coffee and breakfast. So I was enjoying some coffee, and I saw a friend of mine. His name was Max, and we were just bullshitting and making jokes about anything and everything. And we went our separate ways. I did my shift, and right as I got off my shift, because it was a shorter shift that day for me, because I can't remember what it was. I think it was I had to do something. I can't remember what right now. All I remember is another person that I was with got a call from somebody telling them that something horrible had happened and they needed us at the station ASAP. So we rushed there, and apparently there was a mass shooting between these two gangs. And officers went to respond, and while Max and Brian were the first on scene, and before they could even react fully, they were immediately shot upon, and both of them, they had both died on the way to the hospital. It was like my whole world had fallen apart that day. Because, we always knew the job was dangerous, we could get hurt, we could even die. But you never expect it, After that, I was different on duty. They told me that I could take how much time I needed, and blah, blah, blah. We're here for you, Evelyn, But I didn't want to hear it. I just kept going to work because I couldn't stand being home. Because all of his stuff was still there.
That was the empty house you texted me about.
Yeah. Oh, but trust me, it got way emptier. Because even after all that, it was almost a year after Brian had passed. I became really close friends with my captain. And I mean close. And we decided to
freeze it.
Keep it on download and professional at work,
Right, because he's a superior officer.
Right. And I I mean, eventually people found out, and I definitely got weird looks, but I didn't fucking care. Because, I mean, it was months after we had gotten together before anyone found out. So, I had decided to let, you know.
Uh-oh. All right, so I just texted Arsenic about what happened, so she knows that I crashed. We lost some of the dialogue there. So we'll get back in, try to wrap this up. Yay! This is what happens when you load in from inside a hotel room sometimes. We are over here. I am so sorry. I really needed to stretch that cramp out. I really hated to interrupt you there.
Oh, no, you're okay. I was just...
Oh, that just hit so sudden. Oh,
I told you that the ground was dangerous.
I mean, I just think I'm not drinking enough water lately.
Oh.
Alright, so it had been a few months since you two were together before people found out, so even though you got looks, you didn't give a shit.
Yeah. I mean, when have you ever known me to give a shit about what other people thought? It's really far in between when I let people's thoughts about me actually affect me. But, I mean, you know, him and I got pretty close. It felt like we were just really good friends more than so about us being in a relationship. He even went with me to my dad's retirement party. Because my dad finally remarried, by the way. And decided that finally, with his old age, that he should probably retire because 9.5 out of 10 times they would outrun him. So he kind of gave, like, he's still technically the boss of his private little detective company, but it's one of the younger detectives now running it. Right. He's like, yeah, so like he's still the CEO and signing everyone's paychecks, but the other dude's
not active, right?
Yeah,
I get it.
So, it was, and that night, well, it wasn't that night. It was a couple of nights afterwards. We flew back home, and we were just sitting there. We were just talking about the people we lost in duty or retired, moved away, and we were just laying there in bed, just talking about life. And the next day, he went on duty. It was my day off, so I was just sitting at home, you know, just taking care of things that I needed to do since we were gone for my dad's retirement party. And someone gave me a call and they were like, "Hey, I'm outside your house. Can you come out here for a moment?" It was really weird because, you know, people from the station don't just pop up at each other's houses like that.
Right.
And he was just, when I stepped outside, Jason, I knew.
Right, when you mentioned the house getting emptier, and then you said there was someone else after Brian, I kind of already figured it too. What happened?
I was told that he was a co-pilot in the heli. They were in a very dangerous high-speed chase, and all of a sudden they ran out of fuel. Like, no one told me the exact cause, but the heli went down, and as they were running, calling for their names, the pilot had made it out, and he was trying to get Richard out because he apparently, when the pilot was telling us, he said that it looked like Richard had hit his head pretty hard. So he would, and his restraints weren't coming undone, and he felt the pilot was pulled away, and right as they were about to run back to get Richard, it exploded. Like, the officers and everybody who was around that are lucky to be alive, and how close they were. But there was no help for Richard.
Right. I'm so sorry, Eve.
After that, I can't tell you how long I was in that house. I was in that room. Nobody got to see the body, but I went to the funeral, and then after the funeral, I never left my house.
Roleplay interrupted by real life briefly. It happens.
But I sat in that room for ages, and I don't know. They fired me for, well, they let me go because I stopped going in.
Right, the technical job abandonment, but I mean, they still should understand what you were going through. Should have probably, I don't suppose they thought to send a, like, therapist to you at any point.
I mean, I have lost so many friends and people I cared about back to back that I shut down completely. And I wanted to leave that house. So I just packed up what little clothes I had, and I went to my dad's. And that's when I decided to text you, because out of everybody that I was close to, everybody was gone. They were either dead or I can no longer contact them because I have no idea where they are.
Well, glad you managed to track me down. I hope I can help you start to forget things and find yourself again.
I mean, it took me a while to text you. I kind of went through my own little get your shit together, Evelyn phase. And now I'm just I need to get my life back in order.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think I can be a cop again.
Understandable. Well, if you're gonna stay here, I hope I can help you with that. I don't know how you feel about therapy, but we actually do have therapists in the state, so that is something to consider.
They're probably gonna have a heyday with me, man.
Hey, but that's what they're there for.
Yeah, but I knew what I was signing up for when I was going to become a cop. I knew I was going to get close to some of these people, and one day while we were out there trying to keep people safe, get the bad guys off the street, you know, that we would probably get hurt. Some of us more badly than others, and that there was a possibility that somebody could die.
Right, but still, the fact that it was two people you fell in love with, and then on top of that, you also love someone enough to get married to them, but then they're just so much of a flirt, they couldn't give that up for their own wife. That's difficult to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, and I still talk to Kai. I mean, even after everything. And before I got with Richard was the last time I really talked to Kai. He seemed to be doing pretty well for himself. I heard that he actually settled down for someone, so I mean, at least the next one doesn't have to deal with the same bullshit I did.
Hopefully. Some of those
Hopefully.
people like that never change, but yeah, we'll see.
Because, like, he is a great guy, but his flirting definitely gets him in trouble.
Right.
It also didn't help that when Richard died, I did go in a few times, but everybody just was so different around me. And even to the point that I heard somebody yelling at someone because they had labeled me the Black Widow of the department. Because everybody who wants to ride with me or talk with me apparently dies. Yeah.
Well, I know we don't work anywhere together at this time, but I don't plan on doing any dying on you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not planning on it, but, you know. If it's not from old age, you know, you never know what tomorrow may bring.
True enough. But still, that's just wrong when someone would say something like that.
Yeah, which made me not want to go in and disappear, and led to my eventual letting go, or what I like to call my retirement.
Sounds more like a forced retirement, but yeah, you don't have to add that forced word, so yeah.
Yep. I sold all of my cars, sold the house, and decided to come here because I can't live with my dad. That's just weird, you know?
Hey, sometimes you got to, but no, I still understand. But
I mean, you know, he might be old, but he's enjoying, you know, the honeymoon stage of his marriage.
no, all right, go dad.
Well, they're not doing that, but you know.
Hey, I wasn't implying that they were doing anything, just the fact that he's enjoying it.
I wouldn't want to know.
Of course not.
But hey, I do know that he's enjoying his daughter not being in his house because when I was over there, he was like, "Man, Evelyn, now I can't walk around my house naked." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. Okay, I don't want
TMI,
to
Dad.
see it.
TMI.
I don't want to see it. I appreciate you keeping your clothes on." And he's like, "Well, it's my damn house. I pay the bills. I want to walk around the house."
If I want to be
I'm like,
naked, I'm going to be butt naked.
I was like,
Right.
that's a fair point, but I don't want to see your junk. Like, I know you had to change my diapers, but like.
But that was a father thing. You were required
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Plus, you didn't do it after I got to a certain age.
Yeah, once I was potty trained, you were like, "All right, kiddo, I'm done."
Come here.
What?
You can just ease into this. I'm sorry for everything you've gone through. I appreciate you looking me up, and I do hope I can help somehow.
I mean, it's not hard when I have basically a whole team of detectives at my back.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the text.
Yeah, like, I could find a whole lot of stuff about people. It's crazy. Yeah, you really had a bad credit score in your younger years.
Yeah, well, it's because, all that money I was making from Ninja Warrior I was using to get my pilot's license and all those other certifications I need to get to be a stuntman. So, yeah, that happens. And
Yeah,
then, you do remember, I didn't spare any money when I took you out on dates.
Well, no, but, I'm glad to see your credits recovered a little bit. Not a lot,
I mean,
but,
I got over 100K in the bank now, although I'm going to probably within the next week or so spend about 70K of it on a helicopter.
Oh my gosh. See, look, we're going back to where your credit score was kind of looking better now, Jason. Might be going back.
It's worth it. How would you like to be my first passenger?
I mean, I don't think we ever went flying.
Yeah, so let's do it, right?
I trust you.
She says, shaking in her boots.
I trust you. I mean, you can't be. I've seen some pretty bad flyers at my time PD and just normal regular civilian pilots. Oh my, I don't know how some of those people got their licenses.
Yeah, no, I get it. But like I said, we have an actual flight authority here. We have air traffic control when they're on duty. It's pretty well monitored here.
Yeah. Just like how I question how some people got their driver's license.
Now that you have to question in the city all the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when you got your ID the other day, did you get both the driver's license and the regular ID?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's not necessary, but most people seem to do it.
I did. Just in case.
Right.
Just in case. There might be that cop who spied the book, like, this is an ID card, not a driver's license.
Exactly. Or, might get a cop who tries to seize your license, even if you're not speeding, just because some of them are like that.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that tango with me.
I know it's still pretty soon, but have you thought about, do you think you might take Chris up on his offer for the landscaping, or?
I don't know anything about landscaping, Jason.
Well, I mean, he'll teach you.
Listen, I know I've liked to get my hands dirty before, but I didn't mean like that.
Okay, just thought I'd ask. If medicine has any interest into you, they do hire for pillbox doctors and nurses fairly often, and Sapphirs should probably be hiring again in a month-ish, maybe 2. because we always finish up with our batch of recruits before we open up to new recruits.
Well, that is a smarter thing to do.
Yeah. Anyways, nah, it's still soon, but, you know, if you do have any more questions or want any suggestions, you just ask.
I don't know if I want to go in medical, like... What? I don't know if I could deal with the patient dying on me, Jason.
I understand. I don't like the medical side of it, you know, as I mentioned. I'm there to be a firefighter, but I just do have to occasionally do the medicine side. So, yeah, you gotta do both currently. They may separate the departments eventually, but right now it is a cross-field thing.
Like, in my department, okay, like, I loved our EMS, okay, I'm sure your doctors here are and EMS are the best in this, right? Well, I would hope so, because, you know, but ours are pretty good too, but I felt like an officer should have, to a degree, some medical training. Yeah. So I had worked with EMS and the doctors to help me and describe in medical terms what needed to be done if somebody got shot in a major artery, it was bleeding out, you know, help do with tourniquets, burns, limbs being chopped off because I saved someone's life because they were in a boating accident and fell it in the water and the propeller chopped off their fucking arm and nobody knew what to do and we were waiting for EMS and I just like get the fuck out of my way and I couldn't stop the bleeding completely but I slowed it enough to where dude, you know, wouldn't bleed the fuck out.
Right. Yeah, good job. Great job. But yeah, I understand it's not for everyone.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I have medical training, but do I want to use it? No. Will I use it to save a life? Absolutely.
Right. Okay, get you. Also, you know, you just got here. I shouldn't press too much. Just want to try to be helpful, but sometimes being too helpful is being too helpful.
No, I get you. I don't know. I'm thinking about something a little bit chill. For starters, something that's going to require too much of me.
Okay.
I know.
If you want something basic until you find what you really want, you know, I also do know at least one person who owns a small bistro. So there's that. I could just always see if she's looking for someone. It's actually right across from the station too, interestingly enough.
I would love that. Yeah, I was on my phone and I got distracted. I was on why.
Pardon?
And I was on. I don't know what this app's called. It tells me why, and I was like, I don't know why.
People call it Yeeter.
Yeeter. I was just looking, and I was like, oh wow, there's a place called Noodle Exchange here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the sidebar of tobacco is, but that's a thing.
Basically smokes cigarettes, and yeah. Don't forget, you can also check the directory, and that'll tell you what's actually open right now. And then, as I mentioned before, some of them have actual websites.
You said on the directory?
Yeah, if you didn't download that, that should be available as another app. The interesting thing is, the phones here, whoever runs the service on them, your apps will move location sometimes. So, yeah, directory won't always be where it was the last time.
Oh, we love this. We love this.
Mm-hmm. So, like, if you look at the directory right now, you'll see everything that is actually open. But If you wanna have your phone explode, if you haven't downloaded it, you can download Maps and open that, and that will show you everything in the city, closed or open.
Yeah, I don't want to break my phone.
But if you ever want to try it, if you've ever got a minute, just do that to see. The interesting thing about that, if you do play with it, it'll also show you like certain. You mentioned you were with an MC before. Like if you open the Maps app, if you go down near the beach, you'll find out that's where the Devil's Disciples MC is located.
Ah.
So the
Devils
maps
and Disciples.
Yeah, the Devil's Disciples. The app actually has things like that. And then over right south of the casino is the Black Lotus MC. And, you know, it has a whole bunch of different things on the maps.
Interesting name. I always notice that with MCs. They always have the most interesting names. The one I ran with, they were called The Condemned.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
Yeah. It was interesting time in my life.
Yeah. Well,
Time I...
Oh,
go
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, it was like time I ran with criminals and didn't do anything. Time I ran with a lot of criminals, did a lot of things. But there's no in between.
Right. Then did cop things, right?
And then I run into criminals all the time. I can't get away from them. They just follow me everywhere I go. It's like I'm a beacon, and they're all moths, and they just keep coming.
Well, I don't want to, but I should get going.
You're fine, Jason. We got all the time in the world. I'm still here.
I mean, did you want to just sit and chill for a little bit more? Or do you want to get out and explore the city some on your own?
We could probably just, just chill here for a little bit.
Okay, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But let me just say this before we, what was it? I guess that was difficult opening up. Thank you for doing it. I hope it helps some. But, again, I'm sorry for everything you've gone through. Before we change the mood and just talk about more fun stuff and lighten the atmosphere.
Yeah. I know, it's a lot to be dumped on a person. I mean...
Yeah, I hope it helped.
It's definitely easier talking about the 10th millionth time.
Oh, you okay?
Wow.
I told you I'd change the atmosphere.
Man. That was a right hook to my face.
No, that was my left.
Or left. See, like, I don't know. It was so hard discombobulated me. Now my shit's on the ground.
Yeah, if you look for your glasses, you should find them down there. Just think about them. I'm very sorry. I told you I'd change the atmosphere, though.
Yeah. So nice.
And just adjust the glasses again, and there you go. Probably have to do the same for the hat.
I got it.
You want to give me one back in return? Oh, damn. You're still good.
You think I lost it? I beat up criminals on a daily basis, got paid for it.
Oh,
It was
man.
great. I got to
Love
beat
it.
up people and got paid.
That was how I was thinking about changing the atmosphere, though. Yeah, talking about the Ninja Warrior stuff. So beating each other up. It's kind of the same vein.
Oh yeah, I went into boxing too. I can tell you all about that.
Sure. Just let me take a breather real quick, okay? You can just sit and chill for a while.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, get some
I know
fresh
I
air.
hit you pretty hard there.
Yeah, hey, if you need a
Yeah.
breather too, I'd understand.
I did it on purpose. That hurt a lot. I've been bruised. Now.
All right. Just gonna take a few deep breaths here, and then we can go back inside and chat.
No problem. I'm gonna go see if I can get an ice pack real quick.
Hey, the bandages I gave you, they should be able to help.
Well, yeah, I know, but I need to see if we can get some ice because there's gonna be swelling for later.
No, true enough. Okay. Also, if you need to stretch your legs suddenly, like I did, you'll probably take a quick little jog to the street right over there, just so you know.
Yeah.
All right. See you shortly.
See you. Get some ice.